Greetings, everybody. It's Marty, the JavaScript party, and I'm doing one of my quick 3JS videos. And this time I am focused on what's called a normal material. Yesterday I said I was going to be moving on to the next material, but I realized that there was actually a couple configurations that I did not capture. Um, the one I really so. But as you can see, like one of the problems with the normal, okay, we talked about all about this yesterday. So I'm going to go straight to the configurations. So, oh, and as you see, like I'm starting to be able to guess like what I'm going to want. I'm obviously going to want a mesh service probably, or at least a mesh class that's going to have a list of different materials and then a bunch of functions in them. So that will be that. But this so let's look at the normal material, but instead of wireframe being false, I want to make wireframe is equal to true. I suspect for STLs and things like that, this could be incredibly helpful. Let's wait for it to come back up. Is it still working? Yes, it did. It did not. Oh, I'm the wrong one. Yeah, I think what is it? Okay. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. Sorry. Normal material. Basic material is the one we're doing. Normal was before. Normal doesn't have colors. Even if you try to add a color, the IDE in this space specific condition will fail. So let's just rotate it around the Y so you can kind of see. So these are the different parts of the star, right? So those are the different faces. If we go to like a sphere, I found that to be really fascinating. Really like that one. Candlestick, tube, gear, star, square. So that's the flat thing. And then our shrinking helix, which was the superstar. This one I thought was going to be really cool if I rotated it around the X, but it wasn't nearly as cool as yesterday's. I mean, that is pretty cool though. Actually, it's cooler today to me than it was yesterday. Um, change the position. I'm just going to have it move towards me. All right, I changed my mind. That's really cool. I think I might have had it moving faster the last time. Yep. Guess we could move the rotation a little faster to see what kind of stuff we get. So anyway, so that is the normal. Let's see, do we have any other um, meshes to bring in? So we got our triangle. I think there was a triangle mesh. Yeah, so let's add triangle. Let's see. So I'm definitely doing material differently on this triangle. So let's go ahead and let's fix that. That's so funny. And then this falls under, I think what this is get mesh. Nope, get material. I would imagine we'll eventually want to be able to pass in a variable. This clearly should not be named square. This sort of falls under the always leave the campsite better than you found it idea. Control V, Control V, Control V. This is a fun technology, and I do think that someone probably, if they got very, very, very good at this technology, could um, might be able to make a living or whatever doing it. I would imagine it would be hard. Okay, so we want to do this in here. Say if mesh name is equal to triangle. Would imagine like actually, because I would imagine they would be quite demanding. Um, and there'd be probably a lot of like major deadlines and stuff. So I think this is a like triangle. Did I misspell it? Nope. Okay, so that looks good. Get triangle mesh. We'll add triangle to the bottom here. Can't remember if I think it's still in the wireframe mode. Triangle. Oh, there's our triangle. Spin it around the z-axis. That's that. So that would call that a mission accomplished situation. Um, I think, like I said, I think the best one is, to me, the sphere. It's probably the best one. I think that one looks the neatest with the wireframe. Oh, also, let's go back down in here. Let's make this true. I've never could quite understand why we have these multiple things, but we have to set transparent to true and then like opacity to 0.1, and you can kind of see through it. Takes it a minute. I think I messed up the wrong one again. Normal, basic with the color. If turn that back to false, make this 1. I don't think that even matters, but I think it would be confusing. And if there's one thing I try to avoid at all costs, I used to love being confused. Like it was just sort of like this, I don't know, like going from being confused to being not being confused was such a neat experience. So that's like opacity of 0.1. So if I had a opacity of 0.5, so that's opacity of 0.5. I don't know. I can't really tell. Oh, I guess I can up here. You can kind of see that you can see through it. And I guess opacity is probably a lot more interesting and useful if there's other things. That to me is the big one that keeps me up at night. Is like, okay, how am I going to have more than one object? Things get so much more complicated when you have more than one object. But I'm guessing I'll probably have like a list of my objects and just the ability to create one and then click in and then you get this view and all that. So that is that. Anyways, I hope that is useful to somebody. Let's try a different color. I guess since we're doing stuff, so it's red, green, blue. 0, 0, blue. FF. So that's our blue star. Blue sphere. Blue candlestick. All right, so now I can try the next Lambert material. I guess Lambert is probably the next one. Standard, I don't know. ChatGPT kind of gave me a breakdown of what you can get from these different things. I almost feel like Toon material feels like it's the next one. It's supposed to look like cartoons. I don't even know what that means. But it feels like that is the next natural progression. But I don't know. I guess tomorrow will be a surprise. Happy coding, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.